The mummy suffered considerably at the hands of grave robbers looking for jewelry. A deep axe cut is broken through the chest wall. The right arm was broken midway between the elbow and wrist. On the back of the head, there is a hole that was deliberately made by means of a blow. The skin of the abdomen shows us that he was a corpulent old man. The soft parts of the nose are flattened. This mummy is in an excellent state of preservation. Smallpox was the most likely cause of death. He also suffered from a hernia. A sharp instrument by grave robbers sliced off the tips of the fingers of the left hand. There is a hole in the skull, probably caused by grave robbers. The embalming wound is gaping open. This mummy has been severely maltreated by grave robbers. The head and trunk were hacked to pieces. Due to the considerable amounts of damage to the body, it's hard to determine if he died from natural causes or force. He was at least 50 years old when he died. He was quite bald, only a very narrow fringe of hair remaining on the temples. Grave robbers had broken off the right foot, which has now been repaired, and the fingernails displaced and lost. There is considerable damage done to this mummy. The head was broken off at the trunk. Most of the chest is missing, and the back is broken across the loins. The right leg is broken away from the trunk, and the thigh is separated from the rest of the leg. There is still doubt as to the age of this mummy. Her face has become distorted by the packing material in her cheeks that did not live up to its intention of giving her a lifelike appearance. There are pieces of wax on her nose that were supposed to help against distortion from the wrappings. She is still partially wrapped. There is a large wax plate in front of the right eye and an artificial left eye. The lips are widely separated and filled with a large projecting mass of wax. The ears are covered with hair arranged in curls, probably a wig. The mummy is that of a large, heavily built and corpulent man with a very short, sparse white beard on the chin. The hair of the scalp is also short and white. The face and the whole body were painted with a thick layer of red ochre, as was customary in the mummies of men in this dynasty. The embalmers too tightly stuff the cheeks so they have an unnaturally puffed out appearance. Artificial stone eyes have been inserted under the half-closed lids. The hair of the head was left long and curly and is reddish-brown color. The mustache and beard had not been shaven for some days before death. And this fact, and the presence of much white powder and resin, gives the face a very dirty and unkempt appearance. The mustache and beard are of the same color as the scalp. He was known as the Great and lived to be over 80 years old and had a large amount of wives and children. His body is in a good state of preservation. His features, such as prominent nose and chin, are still evident. There are no signs of violence, so grave robbers did not disturb him. It is believed he died of old age. This mummy was subjected to severe damage in ancient times. Grave plunderers had hacked away almost the whole chest of the body. They have broken off the left arm at the shoulder and smashed up the skull. The teeth are only moderately worn, the cranial sutures are open, and the hair is not yet streaked with white. This shows she could not have been much older than 30 years old. The mummy of King Ahmosis is suffered at the hands of ancient grave plunderers. The head has been broken off at the trunk and the nose smashed. The teeth are in good condition and they are only slightly worn. There is nothing definite to determine the age in which the mummy died. Artificial eyes were inserted. The cheeks and neck were filled out with stuffing. Upon the head is an artificial wig consisting of an elaborate arrangement of long braids. Tomb robbers considerably damaged the body. There are gashes made by a sharp instrument in both cheeks, as well as the nose, forehead, and front of the chest. This mummy is a boy. His hair has been shaved, but the Horus lock of hair remains on the right side. The damage from the plunderers consists of a large gash in the left side of the neck and thorax. There is also a large oval in the right side of the frontal bone. It is believed the mummy was 11 at the age of death. The wrappings have been partially left on the body. The hair is separated and tightly braided in the form of an ear of wheat. The scalp has become separated from the cranium. It is speculated she was young at the time of her death.